The misconception is you're never going to pay a single dollar in tax ever again.
And if you do hear that, run.
So how do I know that you guys are not full of shit? How do we not pay taxes as business owners?
Yet our president gets on live television and tells everyone in the world, oh, I made $4 or $5 billion and I haven't paid taxes since I can't remember. The central bank prints the money and then they tax us on the money that they printed out of thin air. And then they send the taxed money to Israel. And then
Don't say Israel, bro.
Now we're all
gonna cut
upset.
that out. Yeah.
Here's Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, folks, I got a real treat for you. A couple of them, actually, especially if you don't like paying taxes. Stone Duro and Andrew Gilbaugh in the house. What's happening, fellas?
How's it going on, man?
A couple of cowboys.
That's it, bro.
Are you guys real cowboys?
Got a small ranch in Texas. You got a small ranch in Montana.
So you're real ass cowboys. You wear
real as it
cowboys.
gets.
You wear cowboy hats everywhere. Yeah, guys, and you guys are going to want to pay attention because these guys basically help wealthy people legally not pay taxes.
Correct. And protect their stuff, man.
Yeah, but you hear all these people in the world talking about, well, you don't have to pay taxes, and they end up in jail. Like, you ever heard of those guys?
Yeah.
There's a stark difference between tax evasion and legal tax avoidance. So the tax code is in total 70-something thousand pages. Most of that is describing all the different ways that you can not pay the government. I mean, it's hard to believe that we're programmed from day one. Nothing in life is certain except death and taxes. Like, we've all been told that. But yet our president gets on live television and tells everyone in the world, oh, I made $4 or $5 billion and I haven't paid taxes since I can't remember.
Yeah, he's famous for basically Hillary saying, well, you haven't paid taxes. And he goes, that's right. And neither of you and all all your friends, all your donors.
That's it.
If you don't want to, if you want me to pay taxes, change the damn rules.
100%.
Problem is nobody knows the rules. Mm-hmm. And then in a lot of cases, I believe I would say corruption, where they know that it's not illegal, but they scare you into making you think it's illegal. I want to walk through it. I want to help the entrepreneurs that listen to the show. People that pay taxes are all over the United States. And I want them to walk away with at least some tips, tricks, or enough information to reach out to you, because it's not that I'm against paying taxes. It's just like business owners need their money. I had a couple guys on the show and we got millions of dollars back for entrepreneurs. And I was just getting flooded with thank yous and, oh my God, I can't believe this was real. I think this is real if you do it right. And so that's what I want to talk about. How do we not pay taxes as business owners? When does it make sense? How much money am I making a year before it makes sense to reach out to you guys?
We like to see a 1-year ROI, and how we work is we have a setup fee. Setup fee might be $40,000, it might be $100,000. Obviously, different business owners with different amounts of assets, different number of complexities, it's going to cost more. Okay, so we have a setup fee. So maybe it's $100,000. So did you pay $100,000 in taxes? Well, did you net $400,000? Did you net $300,000? Then the answer is yes.
So then
at that point, it makes sense.
Yeah, so around $300,000-$400,000 grand, it's time to start looking at you guys.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to pay them anyway. That's the beautiful part about the situation you're in.
It's a legitimate investment.
If I were you guys, I would close anyone that came to me as long as I could get them to trust what I'm saying. Because the distrust, I think, is the biggest fear that I've had. And rightly
they should have
so.
it. Yeah, they should have it.
Two I almost went with, both of them are freaking not in business anymore. And it's because they kept saying, you don't have to pay any taxes. And I'd like, how? Well, you just make a trust, then you do this, then you do that. And then somehow, some way, that was wrong. That was bullshit.
Sure.
So how do I know that you guys are not full of shit?
We have this conversation a lot. And it's so funny because some people almost stand on a moral high ground of, oh, I need to pay my taxes. Well, I can assure you, you're paying your taxes. Every time you register your vehicle, every time you go to the grocery store and buy something, 10%, like, you're paying your taxes, you're paying your fair share. But as far as how much are you going to pay, listen, the misconception is you're never going to pay a single dollar in tax ever again.
And if you do hear that, run, because that is a lie.
But a guy making $300,000 makes sense of, like, because they need money for food and gas and shit like that. So are they just letting the trust pay for all that? Do you have to educate me on how to spend?
Absolutely.
A lot of times when we're talking about personal spending, or things that if I was to write this off, not saying it's not possible, but you're going to have a hard time, especially if the IRS challenges you. So when we're talking about buying these types of items, a lot of times it's investing into different asset classes and then borrowing against those asset classes. And then that's going to be tax free because it's debt, it's not income.
That's a fucking fact. Do you know if every single person in the United States paid 3 times the taxes they pay right now, you wouldn't even make a dent in the deficit. And the interest alone, what's that tell you? That tells you that like there's no such thing. It's a black hole. Where does the money go?
Sure, no, the central bank prints the money and then they tax us on the money that they printed out of thin air. And then they send the taxed money to Israel. And then
Well, don't say Israel, bro.
now we're all
gonna cut
upset.
that out. Yeah.
This whole episode is going to be clipped, but it could be Israel. But the point being is, but I had to pay taxes. So if I could have saved those taxes, I could have reinvested it, or
That's what I tell people.
I could have been in a better position, 30 years later. So what I'm trying to do is get people listening to the show to realize, number one, you don't have to be a billionaire to set up trusts and do it right. 300,000, 400,000, if you're making 80 grand, dude, don't call the Cowboys.